What we have is a couple of high school students from the Pasco School District. We're going to be able to look at what they have learned from this as another interesting perspective. In our studio today is Alex Wilson. She is a senior at Chiawana. Alex, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Good. Also, we have Riley McPherson. She is a junior at Delta High School. And Riley is on the phone with us. So, first of all, Riley, I know you're babysitting today, so that's why you couldn't be here. Is that what you were pretty much doing while you weren't in school?
Yeah, most of the break I've just been babysitting for a lot of my parents' friends who have kids, but they kind of got a little bit short-handed last minute with no childcare.
Oh, okay. All right. So you're able to put a little extra money in your pocket, too.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Alex, how about you? What have you been doing when you didn't go to school?
Well, I'm in the marching band at Chiawana, so we've been having student-led practices over at Highlands Park in downtown Pasco.
Oh, okay. All right. So you stayed involved. Alex, what did you think of unions before the strike here? What was your feeling about unions?
Well, I never really thought of them because I didn't ever think I was going to be part of one, and I never knew anybody that was part of one. So I didn't think they were like all that important until this whole strike happened. So, I mean, they can be important, but it depends on what is being debated between the union and whoever they're going against.
Okay. All right. Riley, what about you? What did you think about unions before this? I mean, do you know people that were union members?
My mom's a union member, not necessarily for teachers, but she works at the post office, so I definitely known about unions and understood that there were union dues and that they were there to help you to make sure that you weren't treated unfairly.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was definitely something that I always knew about unions, that they were meant to be there to help.
Okay. Well, Riley, what do you think you learned as a result of this strike? So you weren't in school for several days. What do you think, what did you learn from it?
I definitely learned that with unions, you can, even if you may be helping a large amount of people, you can also be hurting a large amount of people too. But it really depends on the cause when it comes to what the union is protesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I definitely learned that unions can be a great thing, and that unions don't always make the best decisions, but that also comes with being human. You can't be right on everything.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to getting back to school?
Oh my gosh, me and my friends have been looking back forward to going back to school. We recently got a new school, brand new school built for Delta over the summer in Pasco, which is why we're affected by the Pasco strike. And all of my friends, we've just been texting each other and checking every hour on the KFLD Facebook page if there was an update. We've all been super excited to get back to school.
Yeah.
That's got to make you feel good, Christine. You helped build that.
Yeah. So, as a junior, you go back tomorrow or the next day?
I go back on Wednesday. They
Oh,
have the
okay.
freshman only day, the first day, because they're really trying to get freshmen acclimated, I guess is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
Before a swarm of kids come in that already know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Well, to have kids, happy to go back to school, I think is a good thing. To have young people learn a little bit about the process of negotiation in our world, learning about unions, learning about all kinds of things. I guess there's a little bit, at least, of a silver lining there. All right.
Most definitely.
Okay, hang with us. We're going to take a break right now. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us. Okay.
All right, still there?
Well, that's really
Yeah.
great.
All right, very good. Okay, well, we're in a commercial break. We'll be back in about 2.5 minutes. And then again, you'll hear it when Christine brings you back to the show. Okay, so hang on.
Will do.
Well, some very good thoughts and observations.
Yeah, really. I mean, just young people just
I mean,
always
there can be, benefits
surprise
to
me.
it.
My
And
mom had texted me saying that it was past a 2-year contract had been agreed on.
A 2-year contract.
That's what she had said.
We don't get any
approved a new
information.
2-year contract, a vote of 99.64%.
Wow.
So virtually unanimous.
Yeah.
99.64. A 2-year contract. So now they better sit down and start already looking ahead to 2017.
My mom had said a lot that she was the big debate had started in May, that she was that it had stopped in May so that we wouldn't have to have all this happen. Because they had been warning them that if it wouldn't come to agree that they would strike, but they didn't want to.
We'll be back at 50, and then we'll need to break at 54. So we'll have about another 4 minutes.
All right. Okay.
And then hopefully we can get the details of they'll probably release the specifics of the contract. You know, and we'll kind of focus on like, okay, what were the big points? You know, it's blank percentage increase. X amount of the reserve is going to go for curriculum and such. So you said that you had student-led band practices? Because you weren't allowed to practice on school grounds.
No, it would be crossing picket lines.
Now the athletic teams, the coaches under a different contract, did they get to use the practice fields?
Mm-hmm.
No, they did. So there was no. Did they get to use the school facilities,
yeah.
like the weight room?
Well, I'm actually not sure about that. My brother's the football manager at Chihuahua, so I know that they have practices on school grounds, but we weren't allowed to because we are considered a class and an extracurricular activity or after-school activity. So we weren't allowed to because it'd be crossing picket line. So we got together at Highlands Park to do it because we didn't want to be affected. We didn't want to use this as an excuse for when we go to festivals.
That's very cool. That is motivation.
Dedication.
That's leadership. That's leadership and motivation. The kids just take it, you know.
Because we have a festival in like 2 weeks.
There you go. That experience will serve you well later in life. Trust me.
Welcome back to Meet in the Middle. Hey, here's our phone number. It is 547-8726. If you'd like to call in, make a comment, or ask a question, we'd love to have you join our conversation today. I have a couple of students with me. Alex Wilson from Chihuahua High School, senior, and Riley McPherson. She's a junior at Delta High School, which is basically kind of a joint STEM school, but all of the teachers decided and the principal decided that they would honor the picket line for the Pasco teachers that are part of that. And Riley is babysitting right now, so I hear that your dog in the background there, huh?
That's not actually my dog, that's the neighbor's dog.
All right. Well, I want to know if you had Riley, have you ever thought about being a teacher?
Well, not necessarily a teacher, but I've wanted to be a doctor for a really long time, and with becoming a doctor, you have to be taught by other doctors, and you eventually have to teach other doctors. So, sort of.
Okay, all right. Alex, what about you? Have you ever thought about being a teacher?
Actually, yes, I have. It's been a recent thought through my mind because senior year of college, you have to try and plan ahead so you can help. I've been debating between being a deaf education teacher and an English teacher.
So anything that you learned about what teachers are up against right now, did it make you more interested in teaching or less interested?
I think I've remained kind of in the middle. I guess it depends on where you live and the district that you're with, because it all varies in many different aspects. I don't know. If I were to be a teacher, I don't know if I would join a union or if I would just remain in the middle spot, in the neutral, because I don't know if I want to deal with that. Of course, the students are very important to the teachers, and that it takes a lot of dedication to your students. But then, I don't know. I think I would just remain in the neutral side.
All right, it's a good insight to have. Riley, so do you have any friends who, I'm just wondering what people learned about teachers that maybe they didn't know before. See, we've covered the topic here about teacher shortage, and I would, sure hope that this did not discourage any young people in Pasco or in our community from being teachers in the future.
Yeah, I hope not, but the majority of what I've heard from my friends is a lot of them who've been in Pasco really support the teachers because they've been through what it's like to be a Pasco school student. But I've also heard a lot of them who who are more towards the district side on, well, we've made it work since now, why can't we keep making it work if we don't necessarily have the money?
Yeah.
So I see a lot of both sides when it comes to students' opinions.
All right. Well, John, I want you to share with us, what did we learn about, if you just joined us, the teachers have approved the contract.
It's a 2-year contract. It was approved by a margin of 99.64%. So they are going back to school. It's a 2-year deal. We would presume in the next hours, perhaps even minutes, we'll be getting details about the nuts and bolts of it, you know, is what's going to be put towards curriculum, etc. But we do know they've approved it 99.64%, so school is going to happen.
No, I can't wait to hear what the actual provisions of it were. All right, I want to really show appreciation to our 2 students who shared their insights today and what they learned. Alex Wilson and Riley McPherson, both of you, I hope you enjoy school on Wednesday. Thanks for showing up today.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're back in a moment here. Stay with us.